Operation status quo. Operation status quo. Prepare to engage. Operation status quo. Ready to engage. Operation status quo. Engaged. Engaged. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. See, I wanted to come on very calm this time because usually I come on and go, "Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome." When I go, how you doing out there? Boo, 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 and I say all that crap. Hello. Hold on, let me lower down my music here. So I figure I come on today and just be like, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Operation Status Quo. I am Pete Palma. I am your user-friendly host. This is the place where we observe the status quo of life. We learn to flow with the status quo of life. And then, of course, most importantly, we create our own flow of quo, because that's the only way to go." What do you think? You like it like that? I can't tell you. It's too much. It's too calm. We need more. We need sounds. We need people having a good time. It's always a good time on Operation Status Quo. Status Quo, yo, don't you know? It's the place you gotta go where you wanna get your flow. It's a little spot down around the corner. It's called Operation Status Quo. Oh, hold on a second. I forgot about the mad crowd when they get going. Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Let's get rid of those people. Thank you so much for stopping by. Mad crowd, we do appreciate it. You got to have the angry people out there to provide the contrast that we do here on Operation Status Quo, because we do talk about life. We observe life. That's merely what we do here on Operation Status Quo. It's all that it's really about. We're observing what's going on in the world. We're figuring out how we, what it means and how it plays into our personal lives. And then, of course, we create our flow. And that's what I said. We create our own flow of quo. And that's what you got to do. What are you doing out there right now, this very second? What are you doing? Let me know. Drop it in the chat if you're there. What are you doing at this very moment in time to create your own flow of quo and live life based on your own true essence, self, and heart, and not what the world is telling you to do? So I wasn't going to come on today. I was like kind of half in, kind of half in, half out, but it's a little bit of a rainy day. I'm sorry, and you guys probably feel really badly for me being here in Florida, but it was a little bit rainy today in the upper 60s, so I figured it was a good day to come on and be with you, the beautiful people of the world, because I say it all the time, and I haven't said it in a while, but I am a man of the people. That's why I do this show, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to encourage people to enrich their lives, whatever that means for them. It doesn't have to be on my terms. Just trying to give you things to think about so that you can do that for yourself. Okay? All right. So today is the 24th of February in the good year 2025, and today's program is entitled Bots Abound. That's right. So it's like, how do I do this all the time? But it's so funny. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we are here on Operation Status Quo, and we talk about our whole mainstream structure and how it really is a detriment to society, and a lot of things that we're experiencing today. Although people want to be so much more hyper focused on the exact political circumstances and such, really, it's just that's really kind of just like a I don't want to say like a front. Basically, it's almost like a storefront. You know how like the mob guys, they'll own like a laundromat, but they're really like, selling drugs in the back. that's kind of like what the politics is. It's just like the storefront that nothing really is going on there. But behind the scenes is where everything's happening. But anyway, people want to focus on all that stuff. But even deeper behind that level is really the rise in consciousness of humanity. That's how I see it anyway. I feel, and that's why we're seeing so much dysfunction and discord, as it were, because the systems have to go away for people to be free. And what I really realize today, as I get into the topic, I'll say why I'm saying what I'm saying, but I don't think people even realize what it means to be free. Like we're so trained by the machine for so long, and the way society has been shaped and sculpted over these number of years, generations, really, the structure of the system itself. It's like the system has become alive on its own, right? It's its own entity that's working within society and keeping people in this limited perspective of thought process, so they never step outside certain boundaries. Where some would see, especially even like a good example is what's going on with the federal government. And of course, how happy I am to see the federal government shutting down. I think it's one of the most awesome things I've ever experienced in my life. I'm still on fire every single one. But at the same time, I also understand, like, for example, if I was still in that mode and still an employee in that capacity, and saw the thing with Elon Musk talking about write up what you did in the last whatever week or month or whatever he said, we'll determine whether you keep your job or not or something like that. And I just find it so amusing, because I'm thinking about, like, back in the office, if I was still in that environment, if I was still working that job, I'd be like, well, what do you want me to tell you? I had to send this document. I had to get it approved by 6 different people. Nobody answers me, so I'm just sitting here on Google all day. Like, what am I supposed? I'm trying. I can't. What I mean is, the system is set up for everybody to fail. People don't see the freedom that is being offered by the way things are changing. I don't know what that means exactly or how it plays out, but I'm saying down the line, imagine a society where we're not all entrenched in all this bureaucracy. We're not entrenched in even the corporate world and the paperwork and everything that goes on. It's so, deep, right? So anyway, long story short there, well, probably a long story longer, but what really kind of prompted me today, I was really agitated, and I said, so it's a good time to come on OSQ because I'm agitated. But so here's the thing, where I live here, we have a homeowners association. So you have your HOA fee that you pay every month. It went up this year. So February was the first month that it went up. Now they sent out an email and said, if you're on the auto pay, don't worry about it because, it's all, taken care of, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, I noticed that they did not take the full amount that they were supposed to. They took the previous amount. They didn't update it, right? So this past month, I got charged. I was supposed to get charged more, and I wasn't. So, of course, the letter comes. The letter comes from the HOA, and, of course, they're charging me. They want me, for what they didn't take that they were supposed to, which they didn't, because I'm set up on the auto pay like they told me to do. But that's, to get into it after with that. But to say, so they didn't take. Then they want to charge me an extra $30, kind of late fee thing, right? So I call up, and I know the people in the office. I don't want to be mad at them, right? So I talk to the woman, and I'm explaining, oh yeah, and then I'm saying, well, I got this letter, and and obviously saying about, I want to take the late fee off because, and she goes, oh well, yeah, well since it was an error, we'll take the late fee off. She says, but that fee is actually. This is just how crazy. This is what really prompted me. Look at how crazy it is. The fee, the $30 that they're charging me, really is it comes from the association to the group that manages, right? They're paying them that $30 to send me a letter to tell me that I didn't pay. So basically, and that $30 I'm paying is reimbursing the association for what it cost them to have the letter initiated, sent out to me that I didn't pay. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, what kind of sense does this make? Like, obviously you see that you have a new thing going on. I'm on the auto pay. If you realize that a mistake was made, why not just go in and take the additional money? Now I have to go through the effort of writing a check or whatever, or if I go online and pay it, I got to pay a processing fee. So and I'm just so tired of fighting with people over all this stuff all the time. And the point I'm making is, especially with the title of the show today, Bots Abound, is because people don't realize that they're just bots. They're just bots of the system. Like, that if that woman at the HOA office, who's a nice person, I have no problem with her personally, but I'm just saying, if she had the ability to be like a creative thinker or think outside the box, instead, like when I'm talking to her, she's just deflecting, like, oh, it's always a deflection. Why it's not their fault? Why it's not their fault? It's like, I'm not asking you for a deflection. Like, I'm talking about like common sense. If you see that you guys didn't charge what you were supposed to charge, why even go through the time of sending me a letter? Like, just fix it. You know what I'm saying? Instead, you're fixing me a letter and then make it like you're doing me a favor because you're not going to charge me the late fee when you effed up to begin with. I mean, that's how crazy, our society is. Okay. And then on a second thing, I was, because down here in Florida, they have the homestead exemption thing for your tax. If you live in the house, you file this, you get a it's a discount on your property taxes or whatever because you live here, blah, 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 blah. So I go online like they show to do, and I start to fill it out, and it's asking me for some information, and the fields aren't populating on the website. I can't get this one number to go through that I need. So I wind up calling, and then again, they're like mad at me. Sir, I don't understand the question you're asking. I'm thinking well, you told me this, and I'm doing this. Well, I can't see your screen. I know you can't see my screen. I'm explaining it to you very clearly. I'm trying to enter this number. Nothing pops up in the search. And then when it does pop up in the search, like when I finally did get the right number that I needed, and then I put it in, it pops up in the search. I click on it, and then it keeps telling me it's an invalid number. And then you're telling me that you don't understand what I'm saying. It's like, I almost don't even want to apply for it. You want to charge me more? Just charge me more. I really don't give a crap. That's right. I'm crying like a little baby because I can't take it. The stupidity and the lack of ability to think in our world. Everybody's just so into this system. All right, but hold on. Let me go back because I do want to be nice about it in the sense of saying, or I don't even say be nice about it, but I'd like to point it out in the way of trying to get people to at least understand how they don't even look at what they're doing, right? The system, as I said earlier, is an entity unto itself. It's it's insidious. It's alive. It's feeding off of humanity. And because people are so programmed and afraid to think for themselves, that they just follow the little pattern. Oh no, I don't know what the blinders are. I don't know what you're talking about. I just know that this is what the spreadsheet says. I don't know anything else. I just know that you clocked in 1 minute late. Or some kind of crap like that. I was talking to a friend of mine. He says how great his job, his performance reviews, off the charts. He has really great rapport with the customers, different things. But then they pull him aside and go, "Oh, we noticed you clocked in at this time. It was 1 minute. 1 minute. You clocked in at this time instead of this time, and we just gotta, if that's going to happen, you just got to let me know." Let you know what? The freaking clock could have switched. I clicked and it switched. What? I know. It's so freaking insane. So, I just think with everything, I can't even, I'm sitting here right now perplexed, essentially, ladies and gentlemen, of how it could even be that people function in this way. And not even that people function this way. Why would you want to function in this way? Why would you? That's why I try to keep encouraging people. Go find your own flow of quo. It's the same thing with the government, getting fired. These people don't know they're being done a favor, right? I know. Is it going to be? Who knows how things are going to play? I get it, losing a job, but it's different. The world is changing. We're moving on to different things. It's a time for people to go within and find out who they are, what they are, and go be it. How do you contribute to the wholeness of the group of society? How does society work together in the best interest of everyone? It's just no one even thinks that way. Even like I say, these people at the HOA office, I could never even do a job like that. It's it's the same thing. What is your function? What are you even there for? You know what I'm saying? If you're you should be the ones that are able to assess a situation. That you guys just updated the price. You guys know that it's going to take a month or whatever's happening in that one, moment there to get everything on board properly. Just double check. Oh, we had a little bit of a mistake. You see there was a mistake, so just go fix it. Why do I got to fix it? Why do I got to spend my time to call? Now I got to spend my time now to send them the extra money. Just go in there and take the $95, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's insanity. And there's I can't take my time being wasted by the incompetence and stupidity of others. And I apologize if that sounds harsh in any type of way, but it's the truth. I'm not looking to waste my time. I'm looking to do, my life. I'm looking to be happy. I'm looking to share, meaningful situations, relations, whatever, conversations, whatever, with people. I like to learn from others, grow with others, in exchange with others. I don't know, and everybody else is just and it's just it's very frustrating. It's like, what are we talking about here? And everybody just keeps doing it, and no one's got the balls to break free. And it's the bottom line is, and I say this a gazillion times, if you just stop giving in to the system, all right, if you just stop doing what the system says to do, do, then there's no system, right? But everybody just stays in there. And, it's an interesting thing, too, that I'm realizing now that I'm ranting. I think a lot of it is, as much as I come on and try to encourage people, to free themselves, I think a lot of people don't want to be free. I realize. That's what I really realize. Like, people don't even want to get into the mind space of what it means for them to make choices for themselves. They'd rather have someone to lean on. They'd rather have someone to look to solve their issues for them so that they don't have to think about it, themselves, or actually take responsibility for themselves. That's why people stay in these bullshit jobs. Even everything with the government, going back to it again. Everybody knows the job's bullshit. Everybody knows it. Like, it's not like a secret. Everybody knows that they're wasting their time doing nothing. Everybody knows that they're trying to kill half the day, whether they're going and get a cup of coffee or talking to somebody at another desk, or if they're going for a walk outside, or whatever, take a long lunch. I don't know, whatever people do. They're trying desperately to just make the minutes of the clock tick by so they can go home, and stuff their face with Doritos and eat and watch Netflix, and just feel shitty about their lives, and it's like, and nobody wants to take responsibility to, what about me? Who am I? I have a lot to offer. That's what each person should be saying to themselves out there. I have a lot to offer, and I'm not going to be subject to these entities and such, and these policies and these processes that are going to keep me boxed in, and they're not only going to keep me boxed in, but are going to put me in a position of keeping other people boxed in, right? It's like, when you talk to somebody, customer service, I was like, oh, well, we're sorry, sir. And, it's like, well, you're not sorry. If you're sorry, you guys would all quit. You guys would all quit and shut it down and say, like, where's the balls from any of these employees in any of these places to step up, to higher level people and say, no, this is wrong. We're not going to do it this way. I'm not going to treat people this way. The same thing like with the government. I talk about those higher ups. They could have done something. They could have fought back. They could have, but no, because they're all a bunch of suck ups, and they all just want to get their accolades. They want their little plaque, to say they had 25 years, 30 years service, their little plaque, you know what I'm saying? Or some kind of, acknowledgement of all their years of doing nothing, years of wasting your time, years of being slave of the system. That's what you're getting on your little plaque. You're getting all your years of wasting your life like a dope, following what the system says, because you got no balls to go do something for yourself, And then we, as a population, are subject to this nonsense day in and day out, between everything, all the stuff, everything you have to do to file a paper, to, pay something, to, late fees, we got, whatever. Your cell phone goes up, your cable goes up. They just keep jabbing you. That's what I really wanted to say. Is say, like, when it ticked me off, when I was thinking about the thing with the association, as far as like not taking that money, like, just take the money. Like, you guys effed up. Now I'm involved. It's like, you already got, like, sorry for this, like, language, but you already got your fist, like, so fucking far up my ass. For goddamn sake, you got your fist up everybody's fucking ass. Right? The whole system is just like fisting you up the ass and like just treating you like shit 24/7. And then what? But you got to chase around. You got to chase around and fix it while they're fucking you. You know what I'm trying to say? So here I'm gonna cry again. I'm so worked up and upset today. Hold on, I need more applause, please. Yes, and let's get a little laughter in there, because we just have to. How about maybe a musical interlude? All right. Are we done? I think that's it for today. It's like a purge. I had to purge today. I'm not an angry person. I'm really not. Like, I love everybody. I just get really frustrated because, like, I sometimes, like, I try really hard all the time just to be like, go with the flow, because that's what we talk about here. You got to observe. We're observing life. You got to flow with it, but then you create your flow. And I work really hard to create my flow, as you know. That's why we're here and we do all these things. Operation Status Quo, everything else that I'm doing, the music, blah, 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 create my own flow. But I'm still subject, to these dopes out there that just want to keep following the system and keep perpetuating this freaking nonsense that happens. and it just blows my mind. So anyway, I don't understand why people do it. If you're one of those kind of people out there, I mean no harm individually, everybody's a nice person and all, but in a sense, like, just stop being pussy, okay? I'm really cursing today, and I usually don't do that. But, stop being a freaking wuss and, step up and freaking like, what are you? What are you? Who are you? What do you got? Stop. What's your job? Your job's to sit in an office and send letters to somebody. It's always like berating. It's always like a letter or an email or blah, 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 or a threat. Well, we're gonna do this or we're gonna do that if you don't comply. Blah, 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 blah. It's like fuck you people. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck you. You know what I mean? Come on. And then these people that when they do these jobs and they just keep doing it. Like they're the ones. Like you're no better in a sense if you're doing that shit, right? You're working these stupid corporate office, government, whatever. Jobs that keep their thumb on you and keep you in a little pen and the rules are the rules and you do and do and you're no better because you're following that shit and you're giving your power away to that shit and you're hurting your fellow man and / woman. And of course, let's not forget our trans friends out there. I'd like to have a dick in the boobs. Dick in the boobs. They're good for me. I'm sorry. What's wrong with me? I apologize. I do. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. I'm just going off all over the place here today. But you're not helping anybody by continuously being a part of the system that's designed to keep everybody down. All right, so that's what I got for you here today. I mean, we all experience all this crap in our life every day, just dealing with the world every day and the way things go. It's just these conglomerates of just, oppression on everybody. And again, just to wrap it up here, I'll wrap it up with this. I think that's what we're breaking free from, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's the way society is changing, as disheveled as it may seem in the the forefront, the basic pactures that we see. And quite honestly, we're like children, you're going to have to be forced to go do something. It's like, when the bird pushes the baby bird out of the nest to force it to fly, it's basically what's happening here. And humanity's going to have to, people are going to have to learn what it is to think about who they are and why they're here and to serve a purpose of actually helping each other as opposed to, just being like a little robot and keeping your little area safe because you're so scared. What kind of life is that anyway? What's the purpose of even being alive to do that stuff, right? It makes no sense. So I don't want to live that way. I won't live that way. I won't be beat. I can't be beat. Remember in Rocky 3 when Mr. T says, I can't be beat. I won't be beat. Come on, paper champion. Make me wait. Got more for you. Come on, paper champion. I got more for you. All right, I'm sorry. Just my little Mr. T moment there. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for dealing with me today. It really feels good. Thanks for letting me purge. I love you guys out there. I really do. Please leave your comments. Let me know what you think. I'm just saying, come on, guys, let's do it. We can do it together. It's just a little bit. We don't have to be like start a war or anything, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, use your fucking head a little bit. Please, some of you out there. There's a lot of you out there who watch, though. I know you do use your head, and I appreciate that, but there's a lot of you that don't use their head, and you're probably not watching anyway, so that's all right. All right, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got for you here today on Operation Status Quo. Thank you so much for your time. If you haven't done so already, please take the time to like, subscribe, share, send this out to your friends, your family, those you love, and of course, those you despise as well. As you very well know, I love each and every one of you out there individually as well as a group. God bless. And until next time, Operation Status Quo, disengaged. Would you lay by